Now, I'm not going to start this video with hi everybody, but I'm still Kevin from the Awareness website with this week's video for Awareness Tai Chi. And we got a great move to work on today. It's move number 37, separation of right foot. So we're going to discover and weed out some of you weebly wobblers here today. So hang in there and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to get into this move here. Now this is a move that I don't care who you are, everybody wobbles at some point. You're standing on one leg and extending your arms and your leg, so there's a very good chance of wobbling. So this is the advanced Weeble Wobble class. We're going to give you some things to work on so that you can help to improve your balance a little bit. Lots of little things that people come up with, and just basically learning to stand on one leg without falling over and being able to move your arms and legs so that you're not following. So the idea is being stable in your core and being able to express and have everything express out. I remember doing this kick, and when I used to teach it, we do roomfuls of it. So we do roomfuls of separation kicks, just down kind of like we do with brush knees and that, just to help people get the idea of going from left to right. I used to tell people that you could practice your kicks and turn light switches off and on, but I had a couple of people break their light switches, so I don't recommend that anymore. So yeah, but you can learn to point, and that's one of the key things with this kick is you're pointing with your toe to some degree. So rather than a heel kick, you're pointing with your toe with these kicks. So let's get into it and we'll start going through it, and I'll break it down as we go. Now it starts from the high pat on horse. So you're standing up on your right leg, you've got that whip to one side foot posture. One hand in front up top, one hand down below. When you start into the separation to the right, you relax down into the right leg and just let the arms drop. Step to the left corner to 45, and then the arms go forward and down. You can straighten out the back foot so that you've got your Toyu stance. So here you just end up in your Toyu stance with the arms reaching down. You're going to reach down and scoop, and I'll talk about this a little bit more. Come up, pushing with the leg, and then you're going to come up to a straight up, right up to the top, like a Danyu. So it's a one-legged Danyu coming up. So lots of things involved. Timing, of course, is fairly critical with this one. So we're going to break it down a little bit. So when you relax down here, you want to turn and relax into the hip. Don't just sort of bend the knee and drop the hands. You relax down and the arms open and you step. When you get to the bottom of that sit is when you step. Now notice my angle is a little bit wide here because this foot's off to 45 from the center and I'm stepping to 45 this direction. So when you come forward out of your Toyu, you push from this leg, and when you get up to that balance point, that back foot can pivot so the back leg will extend out and finish that Toyu expression. A lot of times people will just sort of fall into the foot and then sort of like straighten that back foot. Some people will turn it in on the heel, and that closes your stance up quite a bit, so it can make it a little more difficult. So you want to take your time with it, relax down, step to the left corner, and then the arms go forward as the leg pushes, and then the foot pivots just at the balance point when you start to relax down to scoop. When you scoop here, the arms will cross, but notice I don't come out of that leg. I keep that sit, that forward Toyu sit, and then as the arms scoop and they start to come up, I push with the leg. Notice my back toe hasn't quite released, but when I get to a certain point and I get my stability here, then this leg connects into coming up, and then everything finishes expanding from there. So getting that leg to come through as you're standing is fairly important. It's kind of like doing brush knees. When you come up with a brush knee, you've got to bring this leg forward so you can sit down and step through. This is kind of the same, is you've got to bring that back leg forward to come up to get your stability. If you leave it behind, stand up, and then try and kick, all you're doing is just swinging the leg out. So there's no connection with the danyu. So when you come up, start pushing with the leg. If you leave this leg behind, now I'm just swinging my leg out. So there's no connection. So try and get that leg connected to come up with the push and the expansion here. Take your time with it. Don't rush it. That's quite often the problem, is people will be down here and they're still down here while they're trying to get up into the kick. So if you get that leg and the body's not aiming upright, you're going to have trouble. And I know Shelly gives me a lot of gooning and grief because I wobble lots too, and quite often I'm watching the class and looking around to see where everybody's at, making sure everybody's getting it, and Shelly's laughing because that's my favorite excuse. But really the main thing is if things aren't lined up, you're probably going to wobble. And if the hips, if you're not doing enough danyus and toyus and the hips are tight, and that's usually the problem for me, is if my lower back is tight, I have trouble keeping my balance because things can't stay stable. So I need to work on more danyus and toyus just like everybody else. Okay, so let's go over this again. You turn to the right and relax into the right hip. Step out to the 45. Now as the arms go forward, and I remember my teacher telling me this is like you're digging your fingertips into the sand pit. So as the hands go down, the back foot pivots on the toe, so the heel goes back a little bit, and you're pushing your fingertips down and then cross. Now, it's not a matter of going really low. You can, but if you go really low, you have to sit low. You don't want to scrunch and bend forward and collapse the body. You want to keep that connection with the back leg so that as the arms are going down, you're reaching down and then they scoop, but don't collapse. If you're going to go low, and you can, like all this stuff, you could really modify to do more stretching with. You just have to sit a little bit deeper, step a little bit longer, and reach out a little bit further. And then you can reach down, but you still want to be connected into that leg to come up and kick. So not everybody can go that low. You can work on it, play with it, as long as you're keeping it comfortable and connected. Comfortable and connected. Isn't that wonderful? So when you turn and relax down, you just go to the point where you can sit and the arms reach out. So really this is no different than Toyu here, other than you're reaching down, and this helps getting into this front leg sit. You scoop, and when the arms connect, you start to come up. So notice the body comes up, so that you want to get into that leg. So just like a danyu, when you come up, you push from the leg and the body comes up and the arms come up. So when you cross, you connect, push, and then this leg comes through, and you should be stable at this point so that everything expands out together. So that's trying to get that timing where everything is connecting. So both arms are going out, both legs are expressing. So one is expressing down, The other is expressing out. The head is expressing up. Everything's expressing down through the leg. So you got this multi-directional stretch going on with the body. Now, with this particular kick, again, the toe is pointing. So there's different ways to look at it. You can be coming up and hitting with the top of the foot. You can be poking with the toe. I remember one of my instructors was asking Mr. Moy about this kick. It seemed pretty useless. He said he didn't understand how this toe pointing thing worked. And Mr. Moy just grabbed him by the arm and then stuck his toe in his armpit about 3 times. And then let go of his arm, and the guy said, "Oh, okay, I get it now." So you're expressing out and letting the foot, just like with the hand. You don't keep the hand up like this. You're not hitting with the heel of the hand. You're letting the hand express out through the palm. So with this, the kick, you're letting the toe stretch out. That's my explanation. That's the way I learned it, how my instructors taught it to me. And there's lots of little variations that a lot of you have probably come across or learned different things, and we've had some comments on a move that's coming up that I'll go into that a little bit too. So don't get too hung up on being exact. I mean, there are variations. I'm just showing you what works for me and what I've learned. But for sure, we can discuss different things if you've got a different way of doing it or has been shown a different way, and then maybe we can bring it up when we do the moves. So, I mean, that's awesome. So definitely send those comments in. So, quick recap. High pat on horse. Turn into the hip and relax down. Step to the left corner at 45. Arms go forward. Fingertips pushing out. Heel goes back. Relax down into the front leg. Cross. Push with the leg. Bring the knee up as you open. Look in the direction you kick so that the right arm and right leg line up. The left arm is out behind. Not in a straight line, because that's very difficult to kick like that, but open. All of this is open across here. So just like we do this arm opening exercise, the arm extensions, they don't go, notice they're slightly in front. They don't go here because then the shoulder blades get all bunched up. But if you bring them forward slightly, the shoulders can relax. So they're slightly in front of the body line. If I bring them back, my shoulders get a little bit scrunched up. If I bring them to the sides, slightly forward, my shoulders can relax. And there's a nice stretch through the arms. So the kicks are just like that. So the lead arm and the lead foot line up to the 45. The left arm opens up. So, got all that? I'm sure there'll be some comments on this, but you'll be able to play around with it. So let's do a little bit of follow through. Should I do a couple different angles, Shelly? Yeah? Okay, so from this side, high pat on horse. So relax down. Step to left corner, turn to the left, reach down, cross, come up at the leg, open, kick. And there I wobbled. So when you come here, get your balance, get focused on that left leg, come up, open, and express. Shelly's sitting there laughing at me. So same thing here. So as you get to that balance point and start to sit, the back heel goes down, or back, the arms go down, cross, come up, open, and express. Okay, I think we've covered everything.
Maybe do one from the back.
From the back?
From the back view.
Okay, and then we'll get into the follow. So we're not at the follow through yet. So notice I'm facing straight ahead here. I'm going to relax to the right a little bit, step to the left corner, turn to the left corner, the heel goes back, down, and now when I come up and kick, I'm kicking to the right 45 degrees. And then you'll step down and go to the 45 for the next one. But that's the next video. Okay, so let's do some follow through. So we'll do that starting from the back, and then we'll do one from the side, and let's see how that all goes. Okay, so high pat on horse, we're standing on the right leg, 45 degrees with the right foot, left toe is pointing straight ahead, standing up, relaxing down. This is like you get to the 6 guns. You step to the 45, pull the 6 guns, heel goes back, sit down in the front leg, scoop, cross, come up, open, and express. So once more. That was one way that it was told to me, or one expression of it. So when you sit down here, it's like you're a gunfighter going for your 6 guns. Fingertips push forward, heel goes back, sit down, scoop, come up, and open. So don't think about it too much. Give you the visual pictures, but if you try and employ the pictures while you're doing it, you can start to pause a little bit, so try not to pause. Just try and keep it all moving. Up, relax down, turn to the front, scoop down, up, knee comes up, open, and kick. Okay, let's try it facing this direction. So high pat on horse, relax down, step, turn forward, reach down and scoop, up and cross, and open when you get the balance.
There's no glass one.
It's funny, shush over there. It's funny how the landmarks change and the orientation just throws the balance off sometimes. That's my other excuse.
Oh.
Okay, let's try again. High pat on horse. Up, open, and express. Okay, so now today we have the laundry going on, so we have water running from the laundry. So you get to join in on daily activities of Kevin and Shelley here. So, like I say, play around with this. You can practice kicks. So, light switches if you're feeling really daring, but even if you go to the point of just pointing with your toe. Oh, it's over there. Where's my car keys? Oh, they're over there. Where's my purse? Right, Shelley? Over there.
Kevin's always pointing that, yeah.
So, you play around with it and work on those alignments, making sure that when you kick, the arm and the leg line up. So you don't want to be kicking like this, so that the arms are 90 degrees. I see lots of people do that. They'll come and they'll do the kick and it's like, ah! So when you do the kick, it lines up. So that arm and that leg are lined up and this arm is out behind. Good expression through the palms. Let the fingertips express right out. So this is part of that expression. So play around with that. Have fun. Try not to fall over. I haven't seen anybody actually hit the floor yet with these in all the years I've done it, so you should be pretty safe. Take your time with it. Get your balance established before you start to open. You don't have to kick high. For some people, kicking high is really difficult. So even if you just point the toe and even keep it as you come up, express out and let that toe touch the floor. If you have lots of trouble with your balance, that'll keep you stable. And you still got the alignment, you still got the expression. So Knee high, whatever. Mr. Moy used to say, when you're training, practice to kick as high as you can comfortably. I mean, some people have tremendous flexibility and they can put their legs straight up like that and have their arms out here. And I haven't seen anybody, but I have heard of people that can do that, and it's totally not necessary. It's a matter of catching the timing, the connection of the moves, and the expression. And that's what works the body. Kicking high is just, kicking high. So, anyway, have fun. Check out the website, like our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and send us your comments. Take care, practice lots. We'll see you later. Bye.